Bioshock. Check it out. Look. Some eerie shit going on. And that there Bioshock. Nah. I really like this game. But that doesn't mean I'm good at it. The main reason I put it on hard, though, is because on normal, it's... well, you kind of get way too much of everything. On normal, it's easy. On easy, it's...
They told me.
It's a goddamn Bambino.
Son.
Oh, I should shut up.
You're special. You were born to do great things.
There's a goddamn
You know
smoke
what?
cloud in that fucking plane.
They were right.
You know, I've never actually seen a time in which you could smoke in planes. I don't know if anyone still thinks they can, because you haven't been able to smoke in there since I was like 1 or some ridiculous number. So I can't imagine that people are still being told today, you know, no smoke, the plane bad, cause air. But, you know what's even worse? Is fucking, how many people actually do that thing that they warn you not to do about taking off the smoke-proof security ventilation thing in the bathroom? Is that really a thing? I don't know. Sounds pretty dumb to me. Fucking get in trouble on a plane because you couldn't stop yourself from smoking for a couple hours at most. I may be on those like 59-year-old flights, sorry, hour flights from like China to China again, around the world, and get like a nicotine patch or a smoke gum. You just can't control yourself. Oh shit! It's the incredibly deadly fire. Oh, the fire is so hot. You know, this is one of those times where they really didn't want you to die, but at the same time, they wanted to give you a nice old feeling of you don't want to be where you're at. So they have a cool sound direction here where they're like, oh, the plane's sinking, and they got the cool light direction. And I was like, oh, the shiny thing, it's not as shiny as that thing over there, but it's pretty shiny. It worked really well the first time, but the second time around, you can really feel like, look, these clouds are very small. They look cool. And then there's some really dumb stuff you can do here. Like, check this out. Watch. You're not supposed to do that. And that's probably super duper annoying. Look at this fire here. That fucking fire. It looks great for whenever this came out, like 1991. Additionally, here we can see that the skybox is now very close to us, because there's no reason to have it be very much larger, because who's gonna go over here and say, huh, this water looks like shit, and it starts right there. No, you're gonna go over here, because they did a great job with the fucking visual direction, the lights. Look, it's a light. That means you're supposed to go there. Like a goddamn moth. You go in here and, oh shit! No! The fucking door closed on its own. How did that happen? Well, it didn't. You are probably insane, and you closed the door. Or it didn't get closed. Who cares? Here we have a nice example of double reverse art direction. They're purposely, you know, being kind of overly manly with Mr. Giant Man Head here. only man. He's not a king. He's just a giant man lording it over you. Look at this. I guess this guy is Andrew Ryan. What place is there for people like me? People who are huge and just can't stop themselves from making ridiculous fucking statues of themselves because they got the money. They got the science. They got the industry. I don't know if I'd say they have the art, but I guess they got it. They got what they think is art. Now, if you ever played this game, if you've ever heard of Bioshock, not the new Bioshock, the pretend Bioshock, you know, the one. If you ever heard of Bioshock, it's 10,000 Leagues Under the Sea, or however much 18 fathoms is, maybe more than that. And in Bioshock, you got these plasmids here. Plasmids are basically superpowers that you inject, like drugs.
Is a man not entitled to the sweat of
But
his brow?
there's
No,
another drug
says the man
in this
in
game.
Washington, it belongs to the poor. No,
It's called
says the man in
politics.
the Vatican, it belongs
And
to
actually,
God.
it's not really
No,
even
says the
politics.
man in Moscow,
It's
it
the
belongs
power
to
of
everyone.
money. And money does some
I
shit to you.
rejected
You
those
see, this guy
ideas.
here, he is
Instead, I
rolling
chose
in money.
something
You see
different.
that chair right there?
I
That chair right
chose
there? He is.
impossible.
He made that out of money.
I
And his
chose.
pipes. And this whole goddamn planet is made of money. This planet right here, the planet of this one city under the
Where
water,
the artist would not fear the
made of
censor,
money.
where the scientist would
Once
not be
upon a
bound
time, a
by
man
human
had so
morality,
much
where
money
the
that he
great
thought, you
would
know
not be
what?
constrained by
I'm gonna
the
make my
small,
own country
and with the
where
sweat of your brow,
I can make my own money,
can become
and I can
your
tax it
city.
however I want, and no one in the world's gonna care because I'm in international waters. See? We can do whatever we want. Over there we got Big Daddy, Bigger Daddy the whale here, who of course never actually fiddle diddles these buildings. You know, I would think that the plant life and the whales or sharks or something would be a bigger problem underwater. Like they'd start like building up in the air tanks or something, the air intake tanks, right, where they take water in so they can turn it into air, and they'd fuck it up real bad. And I guess it kind of happens here. I mean, the place is kind of getting busted up because no one's been fixing it. But it's not quite busted up just yet. I mean, there's a whole lot of breathable air somehow. I don't know if the air tanks are just permanently ready to tank around, or they got a machine that just, it doesn't stop. A super air machine. Now here we have Johnny. Now, as we all know, Johnny is a very easy metaphor for the dick, which he just lost to a hook lady. And this is probably some sort of metaphor, like going back into the water. You know, you go into the womb, strip yourself of any dignity, any dick you might have, because you're gonna get bedoodled by this here monster lady, who has hooks for hands, or in her hands, that are red hot. And she's gonna spook you, but don't worry, she can't get in here. This is one of those scary rides at the theme parks. You know, the ones where they try to spook you, but you're in a roll cage made of metal and shit. And also, you paid for it, so they're not gonna kill you because they want more of your monies.
I don't know how you survived that plane crash, but
I don't know how I survived that plane crash. I know how I survived that plane crash.
Now keep on moving.
But that's a goddamn spoiler.
Higher ground.
So I'm not gonna tell you if somehow you've managed to not know about
Take a
this
deep breath and step out of the
in the 50 years it's been
I
out.
won't leave you twisting in the wind.
Now,
We're gonna need to draw her out of hiding.
one of the really interesting things here is that they really want you to see this. but at the same time, they don't want you to like pay too much attention. One of the tricks of the trade of the video game maker is to put lights on stuff they want you to look at. So look, there's a light here, but hey, there's an obstruction. Suitcases. They don't want you to go over there. They just want to take a quick look, you know. What the fuck's a Vita chamber? Ah, who gives a damn? Let's take a look at this. Oh, it's Fish. It's Finley. It's the Bistro with Mr. Pipe glasses. And you're supposed to be kind of spooked. The first time I played this though, I'd already played the demo. I don't know how many of y'all played the demo. The demo was like, hello, this is a horror game. You should be afraid of it. But when you come in here, you're like, oh, that's cool. You go underwater. I mean, you just got super spooked in that there roll cage. And then you come out here and there's nothing here. And you know you're not going to be in trouble because if you look at the bottom right of your screen, there's no weapon there. So you can't do anything, which means they can't do anything to you. So as a seasoned veteran video juego gamer player, I know that I can just fop around here and I can do shit like this. And it's okay, because there's no rush. Ryan doesn't own us. This is something that's kind of weird. The only place where the people were rioting in this entire city was this like single port that exists where you can enter and maybe leave. I don't know. I don't know why they would riot just here. You'd think with all the like fucking science and shit that was going on, people would just make their own like bootleg bathysphere transportation pods. Just finagle their way out of town.
Just a bit bored. How do you like that, mister? Now, would you kindly find a crowbar or something? Bloody splicer. Seal Johnny in before they... Goddamn splicers.
Goddamn splicers. That's a really cool introduction, actually, to the flying robots and shit and the camera. Because that's something that's pretty unique to this game, flying robots and a camera. But, like, it tells you, maybe there's going to be some more of that shit in the future. And they tell you, okay, so here you got the splicer, and you can attack them with the camera and the thingy. That's a really nice introduction that people could learn from. Like, it makes it easier to learn things when you're presented with something you already know. Now, another really well done thing here is that, okay, you learned a thing, and you're like, oh, cool, it's a camera. Oh, I can open up this wall here with my thingy. And then they hit you with that, which is, it's a very drastic change of pace, because it's like,
Don't run! They always run!
There's a bit of learning, and then there's a bit of spook, and here, the music's like, you should be afraid of this guy. I'd be afraid of him too. Look at this guy. He's fucking...
You want some
He's
of
yelling
this?
at me.
I was just getting warmed
He's got a pipe. He doesn't look very happy. He's probably gonna hit me a lot if I don't hit him. Even on hard, you can take a pretty mighty little bit of damage there. I guess you're not supposed to play on hard if you've never played this game. But, I mean, those early fights, who the fuck cares if you take a lot of damage? One thing that's important to know is that, as opposed to some other games, you're encouraged to hit things. And look what happens when I hit this. It goes wild. It's great to hit things. And if they go wild, it's double great. Now this part, I don't know if the direction that I've been talking about is perfect here. The lights are all over the place, but this time, see, they gave you some sound. If I was actually paying attention, I'd been like, ooh, what's going on here? The thing's talking to me. Oh, there's a little girl here. Her head's huge. I should hit her. But the sound direction that time is what got you. Now here we have a really swagalicious cutscene where you learn that you have tattoos on your wrists. Why do you have tattoos? Because symbolism, metaphors, because you're chained, you're not your own man. I mean, but how come you're not your own man? You survived the plane crash, right? Someone who's a big baby couldn't have done that, could they? Well, it turns out that you're the biggest baby.
This little fish looks like he just had his cherry popped. Wonder if he's still got some Adam on him.
So they're gonna slowly introduce Adam quickly. I don't know. That's just the genetic currency you use to buy superpowers. It's like, what if all drugs were based on just like salt, body salt, biosalt, right? So you needed biosalt to make any drug at all. And how do you get biosalt? Well, there's two places biosalt comes from. It comes from slugs.
Look, Mr. Bubbles.
And
Angel.
you could do things with those slugs that they've done here. Like put them inside little girls.
Wait a minute.
Turn them into vampire slug girls.
It's alright.
Yes.
I know he'll be an angel.
That's
soon.
correct. This girl is actually a monster girl. For all you monster girl hentai lovers out there, you get a nice monster girl hentai lolly scene that you can pretend roleplay whenever you play this game.
But there's nothing like a fistful of lightning
Now,
now, is there?
you ain't supposed to go back here, and I don't think I ever have either. But see, now we have this lightning. I wonder if I can fuck up this thing here. Oh, you can't. I don't want to go back there. Oh, check out this red thing. Someone had some blood. You should not have come. Well, you can't really stop yourself from coming once you've come. Oh well. Glad I went back. Press the right mouse button to equip the plasmid. Oh yeah, should I equip the plasmid? My hand is fucking tiny next to this thing. But look, now it's bigger. It's the magic of physics. Oh, spaghetti. That's a really subtle art direction to tell you there's some shit that's gonna come from the sky. Remember the plane? The really small plane you were in. I guess this was the time before big planes. Well, it's coincidentally come to take you down. And it's taken down a lot of stuff with it. Yes, that did just fall straight through the floor. But it's okay, because it's only a video game. Here we got a pipe connection. See, is clearly having some trouble with the water. You know, you'd think these giant portcullis things would be built to deal with pressure losses. But they're not. Because safety is number 10 here at Rapture. Oh shit! Someone kicked this ashtray. Who would kick an ashtray? A defenseless ashtray. Oh, maybe it was Hook Girl.
Don't fucking touch me.
Splicer. Oh no. The 1-2 punch. Anyway, here they teach you that using your superpowers in combination with your regular human gun powers is a good idea. Which, you know, usually actually is a pretty good idea to do with anything. if you have superpowers, use them in combination. Don't just do the one thing. Come up with ideas. Have a brain, unlike Thuggish Splicer here. Didn't have a brain. He only had the one idea his entire life. And that was try and kill me.
Tell Ryan I'm sorry.
And you know what? It didn't work. Who was he talking to? Like, what could this guy possibly have done? Like, was he an engineer for Ryan? Was he supposed to fix the elevators? Maybe he was trying to fix the elevators, but he did a bad job. He also did a bad job of killing me. Well, people who do a bad job in this here country don't get to live. Oh shit, the place is kind of flopping around.
I've got a family. I need
Now, one
to
thing
get
that's
them out of
weird
here.
about
But
this
the
game
sponsors have cut
is
me
it
off.
kind of has this
If
trend
you
of
can reach them
going
in Neptune's
upwards.
bounty, then maybe, just
I'm
maybe,
not sure if that's supposed to be like
I know you must feel like
a
the
subtle
unluckiest
thing
man in
that's
the
just
world
you're
right now.
ascending,
But
you're
you're the
getting
only
better,
hope
or
I'll
you're
ever
coming
see
closer
my wife
to
and child again.
God or
Go to Neptune's
whoever's in
bounty.
charge,
Find my family, please.
President Atlas. Or maybe it's your ascent to knowledge. You know, they say going to school is the first thing you do to raise yourself up. So knowledge is good, right? And every time they do like anything important, you notice that we're going up the elevator, they put the nice important music going on.
This is happening.
Nice little reprieve
At none. Why aren't
before
you
we
here?
had to deal with this lady here.
Why is it today and not
Who's
then
freaking out
when you were
because,
warm and
well, first of all, she's
Why
talking
can't
to
Mommy hold you
her
to
baby with
and feel
a
your
giant pipe in her
teeth?
hand.
Oh, no. No.
And as anyone knows,
No.
holding a
no.
pipe is bad sign. You know, if you walk up to your friend and you got a pipe, he's gonna be like, why do you have that pipe on you? You gonna pipe me?
Plasmids changed
You need to do some
everything.
piping.
They destroyed our bodies, our minds.
Anyway, her baby was this revolver,
Best
which is
friends
just
butchering one another. Babies
huge.
strangled in
You know,
cribs.
it was like this entire
The whole
size of
city
this
went to
crib.
hell.
Of course, because he said the whole city went to hell, they've decided to attach blood to the wall. If this were a cleanup detail, I'd have a job to do, but luckily, this is not Viscera cleanup detail. So I can just leave this place as dirty as I want to. Now I really like this thing they've done here. They're like, huh,
I'll do what I
we're
want.
gonna have
It's
everyone
my
have
ass.
masks.
I earned it.
So we're gonna say it was the Masquerade Ball of 1959. I don't remember the date it was, but it was probably earlier than this. Like a year or something. That probably dates this place. But, it doesn't matter. What does matter is that this guy here is, not moving. And I'm not really good at shooting, but I can shoot a not moving target pretty good.
Charlie, where you going?
Charlie, where you
Double,
gone?
double.
How did she know where I was? Immediate. Oh shit. That's not. Come on. Don't be rude. Well, here's the part where I tell you that I'm bad at shooting. Oh shit. She's not bad at shooting. She's great. Well, here we have a nice opportunity to debut the Vita Chambers. Oh shit, now we know what they do. They vitalize you when you die. And they're great for shitty players like me, who die all the time. This game takes pretty good advantage of the whole music to horror things. It's scarier. I was playing this nice music here, and it's like, oh look, horror. Look at this horror. So horrible. So, this game has one of those problems where it's like, unless you've played the game before, it's a little difficult to know which way is the progress way. And you want to know which way is the progress way, so you can not go that way. Now I know that this way is not the progress way, huh? See, so I'm not going this way. Easy. Well, I mean, I am going this way. Whatever.
Another night alone. I'm out, and you're stuck in Festus, working. Huh. Imagine my surprise. Oh, I guess I'll have another drink. Here's a toast to Diane McClintock, silliest girl in Rapture. Silly enough to fall in love with Andrew Ryan. Silly enough. What happened? I'm bleeding. Oh God. What's happening?
Oh, girly. If you didn't notice, the entire city has been kind of rioting for a while now. Now, if you're a super pro gamer, one thing you can do to try and learn which way you want to not go so you can get your fill of exploration is to follow the cues. So they told you to go down here by giving you this whole they're talking, right? So they're like, oh well, there's some people down there, you should find out what that is. Don't look at that. There's like uranium in there or something, highlighting the fact that this man was hugging a cash register. And for some reason, people just can't let go of money. You know, you see all those post-apocalyptic worlds where the money is not important, and they're just hoarding that shit. Now, if I hadn't gone that way, I wouldn't gotten that bit right there. I would have gotten it later. So they, even if you miss this section here, they do manage to give you that tiny how to use your thing creatively tutorial thing. That is pretty creative. I mean, you end up having to like make sure they include water all over the place so that you can do that, but it's a very nice way to like environment it up, because ultimately you gotta, everything you do has to be like purposely made in the game. If they manage to make a game where they accidentally create methods of gameplay, they're usually like unintended, and you're like breaking the game or doing something that they thought no one would be dumb enough to do.
I ain't saying I'm Shakespeare. I'm trying to run a respectable theater. I got working folk coming in.
That part was in the demo super good. Unfortunately, that happens like 2 or 3 times, maybe, I think. I forget where it is every time I play the game, but it doesn't spook me anymore. But if you hadn't played the game, that would have been spooky as hell. I mean, look at this toilet. It's filthy. Just the thought of having someone use it, that spooked me really hard.
Would you kindly lower that weapon for a minute?
Now, look, there's a cutscene type thing happening. You're not supposed to notice that this here thing is now closed in the ultimate way of closing. The way where it closed and you can't open it, and it's a video game.
You think that's a child?
That's alright. I never noticed that until like my 5th time playing this game.
She's a little sister now.
You'd think you could fall down here.
Turned a sweet baby girl into a monster.
I used to play this part super careful so I wouldn't fall down.
Well, that don't count,
but you can't,
because
it's a video game.
Those little sisters, they carry Adam.
Doesn't matter anyway, because it just kind of adds an extra little bit of tension. There's a man talking, there's a baby girl singing her spooky ass song and drinking her spooky ass blood Kool-Aid. And there's this guy who's gonna do bad things to the girl with the butt of his gun. Now, he's actually using the gun now, but it's not really working out too good. You might wanna, oh. Yeah, that's when you wanna dodge that. You know this guy would be bad at Dark Souls because he's tanking every single hit. Look at him.
The big daddy. She got it on him. He keeps her safe.
He's smiling though. At least he had a nice time when he got ultra killed. This here is a very interesting, subtle introduction to these things, which are the scariest thing in the game, despite being practically a glory hole right there. Back there is a solid bit of nothing. I think you can get back there, but I mean, why would I try? Why would I waste my time? Except for that last time where I did that exact thing. So, one of the really nice things here is, look, you come in and you're like, oh, I could go in here. And for the professional person looking around, you can loot this guy. The occasional old man who you wouldn't think is lootable, but I know. Behind that face, those aged fingers, that he's always got something to give. Here we have a beautiful painting by Rip Van Gogh. And you know what, one time, I think about 1 million people have done projects on these posters here. I don't know what it's called, but there's like a movement in art or something where people gather these advertisements as like special and interesting pieces of art. And they really are pretty interesting. It's very interesting to see the differences in how you advertise. I wish they'd be as blatant as this, you know, like, haven't you already paid enough? Because we're gonna make you a cheap funeral home. Now it's all about cars. The car insurance and breakfast fare. You know, I wish on TV they would try and sell me the cheapest possible funeral home in the world. Hey, we're cheap funeral homes because we know that you hated your grandpa and you don't want to waste money on him, especially now that he's dead and he's not gonna change his will. One of the worst things in this game here is the water, because like when it gets all over your camera and shit, it's just annoying. Now one thing is, I don't know how these two guys, and maybe however many people there were, managed to kill a Big Daddy. They just showed that these guys are goddamn behemoths of physical prowess and something. And they're just like, yeah, but you can kill them. They're not impervious to death. Oh shit.
Security alert in progress.
Security alert. Oh no. Shit. Oh man, I forgot about that fire. Fire sucks. Oh, hello. Hello, friends. It's nice that they jumped in the water so I could bathe them in my own version of shower gel. See, I'm really bad at shooting, especially with like headshots. Give me enough time, I'll headshot everything. Oh shit. Look who's come to the party.
You killed my
It's friend number 1, friend number 2.
There's another way to get there. Head to medical.
And friend number 3. And I gotta head to medical. Mostly because I did a bad job on these mobs. And now my health got low. Now before I head to medical, I'm gonna go into another goddamn bathroom. Look at this blood. How the fuck did you bleed this hard? And it's like sprayed that way? So it's like they were using the stall and then it like exploded or something and the blood was like... I don't even know how that happened. But, you know, blood is blood. It doesn't really matter how it got there, it's still spooky. If I was a speedrunner, I could have gotten through that door, you know. Or I think this one maybe is open too. I don't know. Speedrunners do some weird ass shit, man. Here we have some beautiful wall decorations. You know, one of the things that I live my life by is ceilings. That's probably super boring, but if you ever like go out and you look at the ceiling of where you're at, you can learn a hell of a lot from a place. Like this ceiling here. You can see that it's fucked up. So you know that this place is fucked up. And look, they got wires hanging all over the place. Even though those like speakers that we saw for 2 seconds were really nice. The wires show that not only is it like not done, they kind of like it's already fucked over. They never wanted to finish it. Here we have a weird thing because the video, this TV, this giant ass TV, is just showing a picture that's glitching around. I never got why they did that. I guess it's supposed to be like a PA system. Maybe that's just like a slide there, and it's just like on a projector, and the projector's having a great time. So this is kind of the end of the extended tutorial, where they're like, you're supposed to be scared of splicers. You can kill them on your own, and therefore like not in too big groups. But if there's a lot of them, you should probably run. But you can't actually run for those guys, cause like they'll just follow you, and they don't forget. I mean, they're not Arkham Asylum villains that just like, oh, where'd you go? They're just gonna follow you. But you can't outrun them for quite a while, and you can kind of do dumb stuff like I was doing earlier. But other than that, your options are kind of limited as far as being afraid of the guys. You know, in horror games, they kind of found out that if you can attack something, it's not really scary. So that kind of limited to eerie things and jump scares with the splicers. It's because it can't scare you, because look, you got a gun, and you got a wrench, and you got a super lightning powers. Plus, you got loads of stim packs or health packs or whatever, so you can't die. And they're not spooky anymore. You know what is spooky though? Who the hell would say I'm gonna put moving parts in seawater? That shit's gonna get corroded in like 5 minutes. Luckily, it's not gonna get corroded because this is a video game. That wall there did get corroded, but you're not supposed to pay too much attention to that wall. Or this one for that matter. Damn, look at that texture. And it's weird is that like this texture, well, I mean it's just as bad. From like right here, that texture looks a million times better.
Ryan, the bloody king of Rapture.
Anyway,
Now find your way
you're not supposed to look at those, because clearly it's like, Dr. Steinman. He'll make your teeth pretty, your cheeks pretty, your eyes pretty. Your giant ass forehead will be super beautiful when Steinman's done with it. But for now,
introverted for anyone to notice.
This is gonna be the end. Episode 1, because my throat hurts. And I need some food. I need some water. I need to play something else. So, have a nice day. We'll pick up right here next time on Rapture TV. Bye-bye.